My husband's double life with his business partner. Hey Reddit, I never thought I'd be the person writing on here, but I'm hoping it will help me make sense of everything that's happened. I'm feeling lost, and maybe putting it all into words will help me come to terms with the mess that's become my life. A bit about us first. I'm 36F, and my husband, Mike, is 38. We've been married for 12 years, and we have 2 young kids. For years, I thought we had the perfect family. Mike's job is demanding in real estate, which means he's often on call, traveling, or tied up in client meetings. That's always been a part of our lives, but I trusted that he was working so hard to secure a good future for us. But a few months ago, things started to feel off. Mike's travel schedule picked up significantly. He was on the road more often, leaving early and coming home late. And even when he was home, he'd get calls from his business partner, Rachel. Rachel was someone I knew of, but I'd only met her once or twice at work events. She's around our age, friendly, confident, and I remember thinking they made a good team. I never thought anything of it. Then one night, Mike came home at around 2 a.m. He looked frazzled, and when I asked where he'd been, he mumbled something about a client dinner that ran late. His response was so quick and evasive that it didn't sit right with me. But instead of pressing him, I let it go. He'd always been trustworthy, and I didn't want to be the paranoid wife. The following week, he said he had to travel for a few days for a business conference. Normally, I give him the benefit of the doubt, but this time, I had a gnawing feeling that I couldn't shake. I confided in a friend, who suggested that if something felt wrong, I should trust my instincts. I tried to brush it off, but the feeling just wouldn't leave. One night, after the kids were asleep, I couldn't resist my curiosity anymore. Mike had left his laptop open in the office, and I decided to take a peek. It was risky, and I felt guilty even considering it, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I opened his email account, but didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Just when I was about to close it, I noticed a small icon at the top corner, an alternate email address. It was an account I'd never seen before, one he'd never mentioned. My heart raced as I clicked on it, and I guessed his password, a combination he often used. To my surprise, I was in. The first few emails were between him and Rachel, but they weren't work-related. As I scrolled, my stomach twisted into knots. These emails were personal, intimate. She wrote to him like they were in love, saying things like, "I miss you already, and last weekend was amazing. I can't wait for the next one." I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. There was email after email, dating back nearly a year, detailing trips they'd taken together, trips I thought were business trips. They'd rented cabins, gone to the beach, even spent holidays together when he told me he was busy working. In one of the emails, Rachel mentioned how much she wished Mike would finally leave her so they could be together. It was in that moment that I realized this wasn't some fling or one-time mistake. It was a full-blown relationship. Mike had been living a double life, splitting his time between me and our family and this other woman. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I felt humiliated, like my entire marriage had been a lie. When he came home that night, I was waiting for him. I confronted him, asking if he'd been honest about his trip. He tried to brush it off, saying it was a work thing, but I kept pressing. Finally, I showed him the emails. He went pale, his face crumbling as he realized he couldn't lie his way out of it. He sat her down and told me everything. He admitted he'd been seeing Rachel for nearly a year. At first, he tried to make it sound casual, like it was just something that happened, but I wasn't buying it. I demanded the truth, and he finally admitted that he had strong feelings for her, that he'd been struggling with what he wanted for a while. He said he loved our family but felt stuck in his life and had found something new and exciting with her. I was devastated. I asked him if he planned to leave us for her, but he was evasive, saying he didn't know what he wanted. He kept saying he was sorry, but it felt hollow, like he was only sorry he'd been caught. I wanted to scream, cry, throw things, but I didn't. I just sat her there, numb, while he tried to explain himself. Since that night, things have been a blur. We're currently separated, and he's staying with a friend. He's asked me to consider counseling, to give him a chance to make it right, but I don't know if I have it in me to try. My trust in him is shattered, and every time I look at him, I see the betrayal, the double life he'd been living right under my nose. Our kids don't know the full story, only that Daddy's working somewhere else for a while. I'm trying to keep things as normal as possible for them, but I'm struggling to hold it together. I've lost my partner, my friend, and the life I thought we had. I'm left wondering if I ever really knew him at all. Now I'm left to decide what to do next. Part of me wants to try and forgive him for the kids' sake, to give him a chance to rebuild what he broke. But another part of me feels like that would only be compromising my own self-respect. I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust him again, or if I even want to try. So here I am, pouring my heart out to strangers, because I don't know where else to turn. I'm trying to take things one day at a time, but it's hard not to replay every memory, every moment we shared, wondering how much of it was real. I never thought this would be my story, yet here I am. TL, doctor, discovered my husband of 12 years, was living a double life with his business partner for nearly a year. He's begging for forgiveness, but my trust is shattered, and I don't know if there's any way forward from here.